Last time, you all started in Timberwood Village, coming off of your success at the Chapel of St. Brenna, having successfully recovered the Scepter of St. Vitruvio, a holy relic of... We're good. Having recovered a holy relic of the patron saint of Drakenheim. The following morning, both Tim and Cedric attempted to attune briefly to the scepter. Tim was just unable to attune to this sentient item. Cedric, you were attuned briefly to the item before you all delivered it to Christian Lament, a lieutenant in the Queensmen who had tasked you with recovering the item. In the process of delivering it, you met up with a new companion, a Bugbear named Chugrulk, who was curious about your recent business in this part of the world, and requested to join you on your rompings through the ruined city, the ruined metropolis that is Drakenheim. Afterwards, you proceeded on another task, heading to the northeast corner of the city, where you had been told that a malfeasant... One of you had been told that a malfeasant wizard, former wizard of the Amethyst Academy, was holed up in this segment of town, and that also potentially this same individual was producing cheaper than usual healing potions for the Hooded Lanterns, the replacement for whatever could pass as law enforcement in the city at current. Upon your trek there over the Dran River, over the ferry, you unfortunately encountered a clutch of creatures, of feathered avian creatures, presumably harpies. And unfortunately, were not able to hide, but you were successful in swiftly and efficiently dispatching this clutch of harpies. Also observing what could potentially be a much larger creature near the clock tower deep in the heart of the city, inside the walls of Drakenheim, the 60 and 80 foot barricaded walls that made up this fortress surrounding the inner city. But you proceeded onward into the Manor District, looking for any signs of life within the city, or in this section of the city, in which you encountered a less than articulate ogre, or what's left of an ogre. And with little success, this not greatly intelligent creature, you called out to the manor house behind that they guarded, and you were greeted by a small halfling woman, a woman named Gemma, who questioned you fiercely when you requested a man by the name of Oscar Yoren. But you did see that you may have found the location of this supposed potions producer. And upon following Gemma inside the former Reed Manor house, you were greeted by another younger individual brewing a variety of potions, who seemed very, very busy, and was questioning you all as well. Upon inquisitive observation by Georgio, this other individual finally cracked and gave up the individual, the Oscar Yoren that you sought after, behind a hidden bookshelf in one of the other rooms. Perhaps not a great idea, as this individual called up and threatened the young man upon revealing their location. But you found both your quarries in the same location. At this time, you are at the top of the hidden staircase in the heart of Reed Manor. What would you all like to do? As we'll return to the battle map.
Go down that shit.
That's what we seek this guy out.
Definitely don't want to waste anybody's time. So let's get moving.
I think the obvious thing is to go down and venture forth.
All right. Let me move that out of the way. You all head down the darkened staircase, hardly lit, a dim light just barely cascading at the far end of this 90-degree turning staircase as you head down the stone steps, a bit damp with water and other liquids and presumably what looks like potentially dried blood of some kind. A rather macabre pathway deeper into the basement levels, what potentially could have been a cellar to this former manor house, but where drinks and cured foods are now replaced with God only knows. As you head down deep into the darkened area. Oops, let me pull this up. Hold up. Oh, I see what's going on. Hold on. Why did it? So I have two instances of Roll20 up, and it just immediately pulled up.
Oh, it flipped you.
Well, yeah, I have the player version that I show to the camera, and then the DM version, and I was like, "Where's my selection of different scenes?"
Yeah, you're playing twice, and
right.
In Roll20, and
there we go.
Now.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice. As you all head down, you can move your tokens as you see fit.
I have my tab muted, but I can see what Benji's saying is it's picking up your audio. Roll20 is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You muted yourself, so it stopped coming through, so I think it's fine.
Oh, you did. It's when he talks, it still shows up on my end, but I don't know. I have it muted, so I can't hear what it's actually doing. But there you go.
Got it. All right, we're good now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
You're good.
Come on. Wait, there we go. As you head down the darkened staircase, you hear another call out again as a handful of torches further down the hall, maybe 20 or 30 feet, light up a doorway directly down across from you. Even further, there's another door. You hear a voice from the door closer to you. Directly across from the stairs, you hear dripping water. What appears to be a work stone cistern, potentially for the well and the fountain that are above ground, directly above your position now. But the well is all but dried up in this location, unnecessary to be sealed any longer, as the water source appears to be as contaminated as many of the sources of water are here in the city. But you hear calling out to you at the door closer to you on your right as you head down this 10-foot wide, possibly 12-foot wide hallway. All right. Tannen couldn't keep his goddamn mouth shut. Who are you and what do you want? Don't try anything funny. Who are you and what do you want? You hear the voice call again.
I'll step forward and holler back and just say, hey, we're just here looking for what's his name,
Oscar Yorn.
Oscar. Yeah, we're here looking for Oscar Yoren on behalf of the Hooded Lanterns. Having issues with the potion supply, and they sent us to check it out.
That ass Elias Drexel that impatient? He can't wait another week? Christ. The flame. Alright. Come on over. Again, you try anything funny? You'll be joining that bastard Ternan.
Don't know who that is. Let's
You-
go.
The guy that
As you hear the voice call out, a force
Turn them
pushes
on.
open the door further down. The first door on your right as you head down the hallway.
walk in there.
Right.
Ah.
Just a moment.
And left behind. Shiny. Not like this.
You walk in to an even more macabre scene than that of which you saw inside the stairwell. Ah, you'd come nigh closer. Right there's fine. And you see a man standing behind a clutter of macabre scenes mixed in with books and scrolls and alchemical implements of all kinds. Dirt and grease cover everything. The floors, the walls, the shelves around you. Bits and bobs and papers scattered about on the desks behind him. The man in question is a rotund individual, his skin yellowed and grayed and covered in blotches of various colors, in a very greasy and blood-covered overcoat. Bulbous veins on his neck pop out against the folds of his neck as they roll up from his shoulders towards his ears and head. And he stands over one of two tables, operating tables, in this little makeshift laboratory. The first, closest to you, lies a creature not unlike the one that you had seen on your arrival, your travels into Drakenheim.
Oh shit, yeah.
Warped soul creature, no longer human, but barely resembling that of a humanoid. Tentacles and teeth sprout out in all random directions. Spines running along the back of this creature. Its maw coming down far beyond any normal human-like creature. Another directly in front of this rotund man, its maw going all the way from the upper lip down to its navel, laced with teeth on each side, a huge, slimy, octarine covered tongue being held up by a metal implement as he surgically removes parts and pieces to the side as alchemical ingredients. And I've got pictures for you guys.
Ew.
No, hate that actually.
Some of us say
Jeez.
no. One of us, oh god.
God, that's awful. That's actually
Oh,
awful.
wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that was... Ugh.
As the man watches you approach and enter into his hidden laboratory, he continues to scribble in a book in two hands. As a mage hand off to his left, you see lift casually a vial and scoop up the remains of the dreg that lays before him, as he writes down even more copious notes of the parts and pieces that he pulls out of this creature. After he finishes his notes, he closes the book with a loud thud and slams it on the operating table before looking up at you. Now you see the eyes with a similar yet slightly faded octarine glow to them, not unlike the creature on the table, but he himself retains his humanoid form, his sentience, but clearly has grown accustomed to this area in some way, shape, or form without succumbing to the contamination that encompasses Drakenheim. What do y'all want here?
Just fucked up, dude.
Yeah. I'm kind of thrown now. What do we want here, guys? I kind of want to just leave.
Said you were looking for the potions, right?
Yeah. The like getting distracted by this body. Just like the
Poison, the poison for Cusco, the Cusco
yeah,
the poison.
Yeah. The Hooded Lanterns haven't heard from you, and they're worried about it, and so they sent us up here to take a look, and we just need to make sure that everything's all right, and it just takes some time. It takes some time, but they just didn't know, and everybody's starting to panic because they kind of need potions, like a good supply of potions, because.
And I need ingredients. I can't make something from nothing. You tell that bastard Elias that he needs to do a better job of delivering on his end of the bargain.
Well, there we go. So now we figured out the problem. I think that's about it. I don't know if we really need anything else.
Giorgio, give me a history check with advantage.
With advantage. Well, in 2 of them, I've got a pretty good one here. History is +2, so at 19.
19. You recognize the name Elias Drexel that he used as one of the former high-ranking members of the former Drakenheim Royal Guard.
Okay.
You recognize this name. He was one of the officers that trained you as a child when you lived in this city.
Oh.
Okay. So what's this Elias? Where's he supposed to be? What's he supposed to be getting for you? Because I'm sure they're going to send us after him next.
I'm not his fucking mother. I don't know what the guy gets up to on any given fucking day. He's just offering protection in coin. But he also needs to provide me with ingredients, otherwise he ain't getting no fucking potions. That's why he ain't getting nothing, because I don't have anything to make for him.
So is out of character, Stopper. Is he with the Hooded Lanterns?
The individual in front of you?
No, Elias.
Elias.
Because the way he's talking about Elias not getting what he wants, but we're here because the Hooded Lanterns are looking for him. So
right.
Am I understanding this right in that there are 2 separate people that are looking for potions from the same guy?
No, you recognize when you dropped the name Hooded Lanterns, he responded specifically with Elias Drexel.
Okay.
So you assume that you make
this is the same
connection.
Factions here.
Right.
They are all working together. Elias provides the ingredients.
Yeah.
So he makes the potions and the Hooded Lanterns get them. Okay. All right, cool. I just want to make sure that I'm not that this is not
given
the cause of the lack of potions is that he's delivering to 2 separate people. You know?
Right.
Okay.
So given your general intelligence, you put together that the Hooded Lanterns are providing protection to these individuals under the assumption that they will be making them various potions, mostly healing implements, but also providing them with the necessary ingredients. And unless they have said ingredients, it heavily slows down or halts the whole operation.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So it's as simple as that. Perfect. It's easy then.
Right.
Okay. Back in character then. What ingredients do you need for potions? We'll just skip the whole Elias thing. We'll see if we can take care of it.
We'll get to that in a sec. What are the other three of you doing while this is going on?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty new to this whole, to the whole group. So I'm just trying to figure out, I'm intently listening to this conversation between,
Okay.
and trying to, ascertain as much as I possibly can between, the past dealings of members. That's all.
Okay.
I'll just peer at books or whatever he has on shelving by the looks of it.
Okay.
He's gonna yell at you, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was also curious to do, but I'm kind of
So
now afraid of this guy.
Chugrulk's just listening to Georgio. Cedric, if you'd like, you can give me a perception check.
Sure. Whatever that is. Oh, sorry, the first one.
Yo.
Four.
It's so cluttered in here, then you're not exactly... Are you trained in Arcana?
Me? No.
Yeah, you wouldn't know specifically anything about this. What's going on here, the notes might as well be in, ancient, Sumerian. So it's difficult for you to tell other than you see two dead, malformed creatures in front of you and a glowy-eyed mage staring you in the face. Tim, are you doing anything right now?
I'm interested in the books too, so I will go over here.
All
And
right.
I will roll for books.
Braver than me.
All right. Go ahead and give me either perception or investigation, whichever you prefer.
Investigation, please.
Okay.
21.
Fucking nailed it. Dude.
Okay.
I have +7s.
Right. That's still a good roll. Well, Georgio has this man's attention, and while everyone else is kind of fixated on the creatures on the lab tables, you're more interested in the documents. The other task still well within your mind as you look around, as River had asked you to try to find some documented research of Oscar Yoren on how he's survived this deep in the contaminated areas of the city, in the haze even, without ill effect. Research that the Academy is deeply interested in, as it will potentially allow them to get deeper into the city towards their ultimate ends. As she discussed with you. What you see on one of the shelves is a graphical representation of I'm sorry, not a graphical, but a formulaic representation of you see what's a crude drawing of a very large delirium crystal, probably the size of a man.
Wow.
Drawn on one of these yellowed pieces of parchment. Surrounded, you see arcane notes written in magically infused ink around this crystal, kind of representing that it's giving off a magical essence around this crystal. And you see other notes that point to, and you see questions around these notes. Questions like, is this a mineral? No. Minerals don't behave this way. You read the words, this acts more like a fungus. This charged magical item. It seems to grow. There is more of it now than when the meteor struck the city. The haze It is expanding as this grows. You see the word ideal. You see the words ideal ecosystem, pointing to the haze in this expansion, if you will. You also see, kind of, like It's Always Sunny type, wires all over the one wall. Kind of point, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aliens.
I know.
Yeah, just kind of crazed. It's hard to make sense even with that high investigation, but you do notice, you see a map specifically. A map of Drakenheim, an older one, but still a map nonetheless. And you see several red dots specifically around a location within the inner walls of the city called Queen's Park Garden.
Okay.
Ominous.
And that's what you're able to glean initially with that roll in particular.
Alright, map of Dragonheim.
What
was it? The what park again?
Queen's Park Garden. It's
Queen's Park Garden.
Yeah, based on the map that you recall, it's the large garden that's in the north side of the inner city. It's unmistakably nearby because you can see it very clearly from the Inscrutable Tower. It's very close to the former stronghold of the Amethyst Academy.
Okay, got it. Makes sense.
It's no more than 2 or 3 miles from the tower.
Cool. Okay.
Now, going back to Giorgio, my apologies. Can you ask your question again?
What did I say? What did I say? It was like something like we can the guy's name Elias.
Yep.
The Hooded Lantern, whoever.
The Hooded Lantern. Yeah.
You don't know the
supplier,
association.
supplier.
Yeah, the one that he's supplying.
Yeah. So the supplier will just skip. What do you need for the potions? We can just skip around him and just see if we can take care of the problem for you. Get your ingredients. What is it that you need? Because either we can find him or we can get the stuff ourselves.
Are you lot capable of even getting into this city?
Yes.
We came from the city.
I mean the inner city. Have you
Yeah,
been inside the inner city?
Yeah.
We've been plenty of time. We're just trying to get this stuff taken care of as quickly as we can, So just let us know what you need, and we will figure it out. You seem like a no-nonsense guy. Let's skip all the nonsense.
A very smart, no-nonsense guy.
Give me a persuasion check.
That's going to be 13 and persuasion, 15 total.
15?
Yeah. 13 and 2.
I need specific alchemical ingredients. They aren't found in this part of the city. They're specifically in the inner city. In the deep
city, alchemical. Got it.
In the deep haze. So I'll ask again. Can you lot survive in the inner city?
I am confident in our ability to survive in the inner city, but even if we can't, if we know what ingredients you need, we can get the right people.
Right.
What's it to you? You just
We're
met
here-
us. If we die, we die.
Yeah, we're here on behalf of the Hooded Lanterns. We're trying to make this stuff as quick as possible. We'll go back to them if we need to, and and arrange to get your stuff.
He looks at you all, and then looks down at the two creature corpses on the tables. These two were the lot that were supposed to get me my ingredients last time. This is what happens when you go in the deep haze and you're not prepared. You end up like this within minutes. And he looks at all of you.
Actually, it's terrifying.
I was gonna say, how did he get him back here? I'm fucking.
He looks at all of you. It's not about how strong you are. You're not equipped to be venturing into the inner city. As I said, it's full of all sorts of nasty creatures, and that's the least of your worries. Because the haze will kill you long before they do. Or worse, you'll end up one of these things. And at best, then you'll just end up on this table where I can sit here and research you.
Well, then we'll be back here either way, right?
Right.
Helping you out.
So you lot aren't with the lanterns.
Working for the lanterns.
Yeah, we were. Why did we even come here? They didn't receive a shipment.
You all saw the shipment on the outside in a cart, like crates with the hooded lantern. It has a symbol of the basically a hooded lantern, a mechanical device that allows you to direct light out of an oil lantern or a candle kept lantern. That's the symbol that you've seen multiple times on the backs of these individuals.
That's the one they were waiting to receive.
Right.
And he's not sending it because he doesn't have ingredients to make more.
Right. He doesn't have the necessary ingredients he needs.
Okay.
I have a group of individuals here, but I need them to help me with my research. And to be making the potions you all will be wanting for the hooded lanterns.
Right, yeah, we got that.
I can't be sending them off. They're too useful to me, at least at current. And that bastard Terran, he might go with you. You can't keep his damn mouth shut.
Won't be much help as a newt, right?
Right. Are any of you capable casters?
I would say I'm fairly capable.
The eyes kind of dart towards you.
I dart back.
You see him stare you over intently. You're fond of the color purple, are you? You wouldn't be working with the Academy, are you?
I hate the Academy.
Give me a deception check with advantage.
Lying. Oh shit.
11.
Good thing it's an advantage.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. Right. It might last a bit longer. As I said, doesn't matter how capable a fighter you are, how much you can carry, how many creatures you can stab or cut, or squash. Because we end up just like them, the moment you step into that fog. If I wasn't in such a need of ingredients, I wouldn't even offer. How familiar are you with eldritch plant life and creatures?
He's still talking to me, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's looking at you.
That one's not for me.
I just want to make sure.
I would say I'm familiar with the mechanical aspects, but I am not familiar with the living aspects.
Right. I'll tell you what. I've got a little something cooking up that you can try out for me. You bring me back what I need, and you can have them for free. Because I'm in desperate need of something right now, and I can't spare any warm bodies. At least not intelligent warm bodies. He steps back and slips off the gloves he was carrying and then slings them against the wall, and they kind of do this and slick down, and this thickened, congealed blood just kind of drips down off the stones. As he steps back into a cupboard, grabbing 4 syringes containing a softly glowing orange liquid that has like a syrupy consistency as he picks them up in his hand. Not quite like a thickened custard-like consistency or a liquidy consistency, but somewhere in between. That's got a thicker opacity to it, and sets them up on a tray and puts them on the table. I need ingredients. And these pissant lanterns won't go any deeper into the city, and won't be trying anything to help them get the ingredients I need. I can't spare my own life, or the life of anyone with half a fucking brain. But if you're willing to take a chance, and you get me what I need, I can make the potions you need, and you can be on your fucking way.
That's all we want.
He slides the tray over to you. This is a little something of my own creation. I call it Aqua Expergo. And he holds up one of the needles, the syringes.
Okay.
It's made from a special plant that can only be found in the deep haze. I've been using this to inoculate myself for the past few months, so I don't quite need it anymore. But you all, you're definitely gonna need it. You take this needle and you jam it into your chest. Not your arm, not your leg. Directly into the heart. It has to get right into the center of your body. But it'll protect you from the contamination for 6 hours.
Ooh.
Kind of tasty.
Now, I wouldn't be taking a swim in the Dran, but it'll keep you from at least having to deal with the haze. But after them 6 hours are up, you'll be puking your guts up for the next 5.
Okay.
Does not sound fun at all.
Nice
At
adequate
least you
trade-off.
won't be like one of these ones. As he points down to the creatures. I'm sorry, did I say next hour? I'm sorry, I didn't mean 5.
Okay.
Next hour. Sorry.
You did say 5. Jeez,
I
that
know,
was like,
I'm
that's
sorry.
intense.
No,
Shit.
Okay, so basically the Aqua Expurgo that he's presented to you, you have to stab it directly into your heart. Mechanically, it protects you from the effects of the haze for up to 6 hours. You also have advantage on saving throws against the contamination. And if you fail a saving throw against contamination, you can choose to succeed 3 times. It's kind of like a legendary resistance.
Nice.
After you burn that 3rd one or time runs out, you will be incapacitated for an hour as you vomit and basically expel the ichor from your body.
So, just to make sure, if we expend all 3, then pretty much the whole thing stops.
Your 6 hours
Right.
ends immediately.
Yeah, if you burn your 3rd resistance, your 3rd save, your auto save, you're incapacitated immediately.
Yeah. So
For
if
1
you happen
hour.
to do that somewhere in the first 2 hours, then you just waste the rest of the time. Yeah.
Right. Right, because within the deep haze, you'll be making saves against the contamination every minute that you're in the deep haze.
Shit.
Holy shit.
And around the tower and around Queen's Park Garden is completely suffused with the deep haze.
Yeah,
Can
I
I
don't want to
just
be
ask
doing that.
something? I was gonna say, can I ask something real quick,
Right.
this D&D related? Because I don't know. What kind of throw did you do to? Is what would that?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh right, okay, right.
Yeah, it's against the contamination, and this is unique to this campaign. This isn't. This is.
And do you know what a fail would be? Is it under a certain number, or is it just kind of depending on where you are and what the circumstances are?
It depends on the circumstances.
Circumstance, yeah. No, that's
Right.
Cool. All right. No, that's all good. I was just curious as to what one we were looking at.
Right.
My constitution isn't that good. That is very worrying every minute. I'm not gonna lie.
I do. Well, you have to think about this also is that a minute in D&D time. I mean,
that's 10 rounds of combat.
It's a lot.
Not yeah, but I just meant if you're gonna be in there for 6 hours, that's a lot of minutes.
Yeah,
you know?
if we're doing things that are
something, yeah.
non-combat, that's gonna be a lot of
But
saves as we go, which is
you do have advantage on those saves though.
Okay.
Which means
just
you'll
kind of when I was putting into into consideration how much time we have on the buff and then versus how often we're gonna have to be fucking
Right.
Yeah, potentially,
I do have one question. It's a stupid, just to make sure of something. So, with the way that my character is, it's a combination of wood and metal. I mean, I could technically still inject myself, or is there a workaround for it?
We'll just say you push it up into up under one of your armor plates and into
Oil
your
reservoir.
Sounds good.
Yeah, whatever pump is in the middle of your chest.
I think I have a heart. I assume I do.
Is this like
Warforged have a
General
core
Grievous kind of thing?
Yeah, let me go.
Yeah.
Let me look at my character just to see. It's so funny. I'm like, is that do I really?
He's found the cheat code.
Yeah, that's it. Just OP.
Well, I didn't find the cheat code because we talked about contamination. Stopper's like, absolutely not. Fucking stop.
Yeah, you don't get
I was like, damn it.
You don't get to.
No, the makers of this module specifically thought of this because they said, "Oh, well, this isn't an organic creature."
Boo, oversight.
It just says I'm made of living steel and stone. I feel pain and what's the other thing? I feel
any
pain and
living
emotion.
sentient creature.
All right, if you
Okay,
feel
so we'll
emotion,
figure it
you
out.
have a heart.
Let's just push it in the armor plate. That's work. It's just like you said, into
You
the
inject-
oil reservoir.
you
I like
inject
that.
something somewhere.
Sorry, you're a real boy.
Yeah, right.
I feel pain.
But again, you'll have basically every hour you're within the deep haze, you'll need to repeat the saving throw against it.
Okay.
Is how it's going to work. And if there's a specific instance that targets you for contamination, you would need to make it in that instance as well.
Got
Okay. Okay, so we're only a few times. We're not
yeah.
doing.
Right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
That's all right.
That's good then. Yeah, and I guess in combat it's going to be every 10 rounds then, right?
Well, that would be 1 minute, so no. But if a creature or
Every
something
hour.
were to attack you with a contamination,
dagger or something.
yeah.
Okay. So it's okay. That's
Wait,
that's
did we
that's
just
way
change
less.
to 1 hour? Is
Yeah.
that what happened?
Pardon me?
Did we just
It
change
sounds
the
like-
1 minute tick to 1 hour? Is that what just happened?
No, it's always
No.
been 1 hour.
It's yeah.
No, you.
Oh, I thought I had.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You definitely said minute the first time.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
I'm
were
sorry.
at-
The minute, if you don't have the protection of the Aqua Expurgo, you would need to make them every minute,
Okay.
Okay. All
and
right.
you would
all
be
right.
That
you
makes
would
a lot
be
of
doing so without advantage of the
Okay.
Aqua Expurgo.
Okay.
I think
And
we were
every
So the
All right,
likelihood
all
of
right.
failure would continue to go up.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's
got it.
We the way it
I think we
sounded.
were all confused.
We all
I'm sorry.
interpreted.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
No,
We
you're
thought-
not
we
making
thought
them
it was
every
still
minute.
Every minute.
No,
but
no, no,
except
no.
we can do it at advantage because we
Right.
have the thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
that's
that's
fantastic
perfect.
then. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put
I was
the,
gonna say like.
Great elixir. I love it.
Let me put the item actually in your inventory real quick.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh my God,
Crazy
Christ.
every minute.
No, you're not making them every minute. No. You would
Yeah,
need to.
no,
while you're in the deep haze and
glad
you're not-
We're all on the same page except for Stopper. We're
sorry.
like, yo, what the fuck?
No.
Wait. Surely
If you didn't have the protection of this item, this liquid, this potion, you would be making them every minute.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
But
but
You wouldn't be
it's
making
every
them at
hour.
advantage. You would be, yeah.
We're gonna say you woke up and like chose chaos today. If
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the
Oh,
case.
yeah.
Like that would just be so.
Y'all are level 5 now. The gloves came off.
Shit.
Brother, gloves have been off since fucking day one. What are you talking about?
Why you started at level 3?
Oh. All right, we got this now. We got this. Every hour, easy.
Yeah, I'll add one in here. Or if you guys want to search it, it's if you have homebrew turned on, you should be able to find it. It's called Aqua Expurgo, and he gives you 1 dose for each of you.
No, quick
Nice.
Add to equipment.
Do we know where exactly in the deep city we need to go?
He told you. Oh well. He pulls out. He points up to the map, the one that you had looked at previously, Tim.
Mhm.
The plant I need specifically is called an Eldridge Lily. It's a purple, octarine-looking flower, suffused with the contaminated magics of the delirium. You'll know it when you find it. I need as many as you can bring back. It's what I used to create those last 4 vials of potion.
Okay, so the potions that they're looking for are not necessarily healing. I thought they were healing potions.
Some of them are.
Okay, so there are various potions, and some of them are these. Okay,
Yeah, potentially this as well as
that makes sense.
other things.
Okay, cool.
As he hands over, did you guys all manage to get one item of
Yeah,
Aqua
got-
Expurgo? Okay.
They're good in mine.
Yeah.
So-
So I was just reading it. Yeah.
Right. It should be more detailed there.
Yeah, no, I was just I hadn't read many items in this game either, so I just thought I'd give it a read.
Oh, Tim, while he's explaining this to you all, and he's showing you, and you have the syringe in your hand, looking at it. Give me an Arcana check. sorry about the confusion earlier. I didn't mean to like.
No, you're good.
Oh,
You're good.
good.
I was like
Oh,
No, it's fine. That's completely fine.
13.
13.
Just doing a little panicking. Some light panicking. Oh.
Yeah, that's,
Just
if
a little bit of
anything,
pee came out.
Yeah, it adds to the adds
Just
to the
a little bit
experience.
of
We're
pee.
just freaking out for like 5 minutes. Like,
Let's see. Hold on one second. Okay. You notice as you hold this vial in your hand, you sense the same sort of arcane energy, but in a more refined, loosely refined, but a more refined form as some of the other potions you've seen over the years, suffused with a more inoculated version of the energies that you felt with when you were within the haze and around the shards and larger crystals of delirium that you've acquired over the course of your time here in the city. And as you look at this and you look over at the back again at the scribblings that you saw earlier, you put a few more things together, and you notice that Oscar Yoren has been researching not only ways to circumvent the effects of the delirium, but also refine it into a consumable fashion. And that's what you see and kind of put together. But from what you can see, you don't know if he's finalized this research. But as you're kind of standing over in the corner, you notice some of these papers and documents are just loosely scattered about the shelves. And River did mention that she needed physical proof. She needed hard documents or something of substance to proceed with what they need.
Okay.
Only he knows about these hard documents or whatever.
Yeah, because it
That's-
was
yeah, that's-
it was a conversation that they had while you all were in the fighting pits.
Yes.
Yeah, River's secret
Yep.
telecommunications officer.
I hate. Oh, man, it's gonna be fucking. This is gonna be really bad.
You don't have to, but if you want to give me a sleight of hand check, you can.
is it only Shiny that can try and steal here?
Because I'm the only one. I'm the only one that
no
knows
one,
about it.
No one knows.
about him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that's
something
what I
that
thought,
he
yeah.
that he learned.
I haven't.
privately.
Yeah, I haven't disclosed any of this to you guys.
It
So
makes sense because I had no idea who River or anyone was. so
Or
yeah,
if you
no,
have
it's all
another
good.
means of... Be creative. If there's something else that might help you.
Yeah, because I'm stuck. Your sleight of hand sucks,
I mean,
dude.
I do if I think it's what you're thinking.
I mean,
I don't know if it's.
No, but I'm
know.
asking you to be creative unless you have a... Other than that, or you could just make a straight sleight of hand check.
I'm not creative. That's the problem. Okay.
That's the die gods.
Oh, damn it. That sucks.
As you go to slip some of the papers down, looking them over, one of Oscar Yoren's eyes moves away from the other one. Almost like moving away
That's
while the
so
other one
gross.
watches you. It turns and stares directly at you, Tim. I wouldn't recommend that, friend. Unless you want to join Taran over there in the pond.
Okay.
Okay. Defeated.
He kind of grumbles and... Boys asses. Alright, be off with you. You got what you need. If you can bring it back to me, Maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. 'Cause Lord knows those idiots upstairs aren't gonna do it. The hooded lanterns are too big a... Don't have the seeds to do it. Be on your way.
You got it, Mr. Warren.
Piece of shit. He's gonna kill you.
He just grumbles and waves you off.
Yeah, I'm scurrying out of here. as
Tim,
quick
I
as
think it's
can.
time to go.
All right, as you all head back up the stairs, up into the cluttered little makeshift alchemy shop that was the former dining room of this estate manor, Gemma watches you all intently, and you see Taryn sweating a bit more than he was when you arrived. His darkened, sunken eyes now with a noticeable breath of fear in them. You all leave through the same courtyard foyer out into the courtyard of Reed Manor and out onto the city streets of Drakenheim. Now back into the haze of the lighter haze, not necessarily the deep fog that you had seen from your first arrival into the city, where the deep octarine light of the fog made vision nearly impossible at a distance, especially surrounding the inscrutable tower as well as the crater and this area you were intending to head, known as Queen's Park Garden. Giorgio, you remember this as the beautiful decorative gardens that the former Queen of Drakenheim was given as a gift by the former King Ulrich IV von Kessel as a wedding present. Constructed as an homage to the many queens and female regents of the city after the passing of their paternal lords of the city of Drakenheim over the many years. A maze-like cornucopia of different flora and fauna from around the country of Westamar, Illyria, and Caspia, all brought into a singular place. Basically like the Drakenheim equivalent of Central Park in New York. An oasis of fauna and flora surrounded by a metropolis of inorganic make and model. What was meant to be an oasis of nature in the heart of the city, now a delirium-filled, contaminated location that few, if any, have entered in the last 15 years. But you are out in the streets of Drakenheim. What would you all like to do? Pull the map back up for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I gotta probably have a squiz.
You what?
Have a look. Sorry.
Yeah, you all are. Oops.
Okay, I got context clues. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. I thought you said you had to take a whiz.
I want to make sure that we all heard you say squiz.
Okay.
That's funny.
I'm sorry.
You get used to me.
Yeah, you all are just south of Reed Manor, the number 7 on the marker.
And we need to go to the number 10.
Yeah, you need to go with it's called out as Queen's Park Garden. It's a huge location.
Yeah. What is number 1 and what is number 10, if you don't mind me asking?
Number 10 is the inscrutable tower. As you walk out, you are so close at this point, within 5 to 6 miles of the outer wall of the city. this northern wall. As you go due south, and directly south of you at this point is the towering obelisk-like former stronghold of the Amethyst Academy, a smooth black obelisk that was struck through by the meteor as it descended upon the city. But the piece that was once the pointed end of the obelisk remains floating even in defiance of gravity, held up by arcane energies, even though the structure below it was completely and utterly destroyed. The fragments of the tower circling in a cascade of thunderous arcane energy around this area.
Okay, so it's like a tower that was destroyed, but is still somewhat,
Right, and I actually have some artwork for you guys
Yeah,
since
it's
you're
like
this
weird
close.
floating intact.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
We've only seen it from really far away. It's really cool.
Right, I've
Sounds
kind of
bad.
got a bit of a more overview of the tower.
Sick.
Yo.
That looks so fucking cool.
Whoa, okay, that's cool.
To give you more of a perspective of what it looks
Do
like.
we know, was it like the meteor or the comet or whatever that hit it, that destroyed it? Or like...
Yeah, we know that for sure.
Yeah, it passed
that.
through this segment of the tower as it
Yeah.
descended upon the
Good point.
city before the bulk of the meteor crashed into the south ward of Drakenheim,
Yeah, for sure.
which is
No worries.
the epicenter of the deep haze, the most ubiquitous contaminated area in the entire city is the crater.
And I guess that like the only point of entry though for us was like that number 1 on the map, which was that gate. Is that like, is that, do we know from passing through it previously, was that like, how did we get through there last time? Was that friendly or did we just go around?
You all have not been through that particular gate.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Especially
think so,
you, Chugrulk, have not. You have
Yeah,
not been
no.
inside the inner walls of the city at all since
but-
arriving
no, yeah,
here.
okay.
Yeah,
I remember
we-
us
we
being
came through a different spot.
Okay, that's
Right.
good, yeah.
Um,
But yeah, no, that's all good. I was just trying to get my head around where we were and where we've been.
right.
I'm going to be right back for just a second.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
Is I'm talking to the rest of the group now, I guess. Is do we think that that's an option maybe going towards that gate to get towards the park garden?
I think it'd be the quickest route to get there.
Yeah. But I mean,
I mean,
yeah, I
the-
guess I'm, in character, just asking, you guys have been around, you probably
Oh.
know more of the information than I do, but does anyone have any info about that, or are we all just kind of going in blind as each other?
I think we're all just kind of going in blind. I mean, Tim would probably be the one that's ever been like closest to this area.
Sure.
Just from his past, but
From his- yeah.
I mean, outside of that, we haven't been into the inner city
Okay.
really too
none of
terribly
us.
much. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if there are people guarding the gates. I don't have any clue
That
from
is-
there.
Yeah, no, that's all good. That's what my main concern is. But no, it's good to know that we don't I'm not just being like, let's go there, and then all of a sudden, yeah, dude, we all knew that there was gonna be fucking guards.
Yeah. I mean, would we know if that stuff would have, if there are people like guarding the inner part of the cities to make sure like people just don't stumble in, or
The
I have to
only
assume, like,
the only gate that you know of that you've been to and been through was Shepherd's Gate, which is number
Yeah.
5. And you all,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the 3 of you, Chugrulk with the exception here, were at the Hooded Lanterns Barracks, which is number 9, just inside the city.
oh, right, when we ended up saving what's her face.
Yeah, when you had brought back Lieutenant Commander Petra Lang
Yeah.
back to the barracks.
Okay, and we more or less just kind of came and went from there, from
You
Gate 5.
Right, you went through, that's what's called Shepherd's Gate.
Okay.
For the map that you were given and the markings that you were given, number 1 is marked as Market Gate, as it is the direct path to Market Square in the center of city, which is number 15 and number 12 on the map, which is the center part of the
yep.
city.
Yeah, I see.
Per the map that you were given by Petra, you see that there are heavy question marks at number 1, and a note that says possible creatures, or possible not creatures, possible enemies, essentially. It's similar to the markings that you see further south at number 4 at Templegate, which has the same sort of marking, but has other notes that say held by Garmir. You see a wolf's head over the top of it. That is the location they specifically know is held by the packs of wild Garmir. But they do not know the status of the inner part of Market Gate. But they assume, based on their patrols, that there are creatures occupying it. As you've seen when you pass through Shepherd's Gate, through the wall, it's not a singular gate. It's what's referred to as a portcullis. So the walls themselves are about 20 or 30 feet thick at the gate points. And then the main walls themselves are about 10 to 15 foot thick. They're about half the size, but the gates themselves are much deeper. And they have 2 gates, hence the portcullis. They have an outer gate and an inner gate that can be controlled via a mechanical mechanism of some kind. As you pass through, you heard it being winched up as you passed through Shepherd's Gate when you first arrived, having delivered Petra back to her companions and her men. And you can make an assumption that it's probably a fairly similar mechanism at any of the other outer gates.
Did I miss anything besides just ideas of planning, or are we doing something? Do we have an idea?
So really just me blabbering about like random stuff, just trying to get some information.
Right.
Like really nothing.
Cool.
So what you would know from the map is that Queen's Park Garden is there on the north side, inside the city. It's directly adjacent to the Inscrutable Tower. The 3 of you, other than, or 3 of the 4 of you, have been just inside the city at the Hooded Lanterns Barracks at number 9.
Yeah.
You know you may have a passage through at the Shepherd's Gate, number 5. Chugrulk had asked, is there a way to go through, at that gate at number 1. And on your map given by Petra, there's question marks and notes potential creatures occupying.
Yeah.
Based on their searches of those areas.
Okay, so pretty dangerous if we decide to
Potentially.
go in that way.
Yeah, it's similar markings to what you see further south at Templegate, which has very clear markings and says occupied by Garmir.
Okay, yeah.
Man, fuck those Garmir.
Get out of the way.
So at this point, you are just south. I would say you're probably at this fork in the road, going towards Academy Street and the Market Gate. The Market Gate being the direct path to Market Square. Georgio, you would remember, is the main center of commerce in the city of Drakenheim. And almost dead center in the inner city is the astrological clock tower, one of the taller structures inside the city.
Yeah.
Not nearly as tall as the Inscrutable Tower of the Amethyst Academy, but even from this distance, you can see it just barely poking up above the clouds of the haze, suffusing that area. But you remember that the Market Square is where the Trades Guild was, all the shops and open markets were during the days when this was an occupied city prior to the fall of the meteor and the civil war that incurred afterwards. So, what would you all like to do?
I mean, I'm very, you know, I don't know much about anything, but I mean, I kind of like I vote for like either 5. Like I'd like to try and see what the gate looks like at number 1, but I mean, if you guys want to play it safe, we can go to just number 5 where you guys have been through before.
I mean,
but I mean, I don't know like how dangerous is, you know, like that's
Yeah.
what-
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess the benefits would be if we go through number 1, that's the quickest. We can inject ourselves and hopefully be as close to the garden as possible. If we go through number 5, we could always stop off and talk to the people that we've seen before, and maybe. See
I
if
was
they
gonna
have
say,
additional supplies or something.
We definitely like. So like,
Yeah,
if we
sounds-
like, if we want to make like a mad dash and just get in and get out, like, it's gonna be dangerous
think
either way, right? Like, getting to like, I don't think that like if we go through 1, we pass by the inscrutable tower. If we go through 5, it's literally almost the exact same path, right? Like it's like only if the area right next to gate number 1 is more dangerous than going from 5. There's
Right.
no difference because we take that same turn down the road and then we're in the same, you know, like it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, no,
So I
you're
feel
right,
like going through 5 isn't any safer. It's probably more dangerous because we have
think
more
you do-
ground to cover.
Yeah, I think you do put a good point though. Like Cedric puts a decent like thing about like you maybe stocking up or you know talking, getting
But-
information. But apart from
Yeah,
that, I think
'cause
you're
that's
right.
where
Yeah,
that one
that's the only
pyramid
thing is we can
was.
we can go talk to the hooded lanterns and we can be like, hey guys, this is what we figured out, you know, and maybe they like they might have a team of people that can go do this. Probably not, right? Because you know,
I mean-
like metagaming, that's why we're playing D&D, right? But like, but they might have something, or they might have somebody who can help us. They might have some extra supplies. You know,
Some-
we just got this cool booster shot that's gonna, you know, like, which probably is all that they're like. The hooded lanterns, from what I remember, don't really have that much stuff. You know, like
Yeah.
they're like actively
yeah, they were
patrolling
limited.
stuff. Everything's kind of accounted for. So, you know, is it
So
worth?
what about?
Good.
Well, what do you think, Tim? I was just gonna say like, what you know, what's your input here? Like, what are you thinking? What's your vibe out of the 2 options?
I don't know. I mean, I'm realistically, I'm fine with either or, really.
I was just wondering if you had any strong opinions, just to, you know, that we could throw in there. That's all.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm just down for whatever. Like Giorgio said, let's just fucking in, out. Let's fucking do it. Because, granted, the shot is six hours, but you know,
Yeah.
we don't want to dick around. I mean, we could all, you know, essentially we are safe for at least 2 hours, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
Really?
so don't dilly dally. Let's fucking get it going. Let's get it done.
Yeah, because if we fit, you're right. Yeah, so the third hour is where
We could.
we can instantly be rendered unconscious or incapacitated due to a third failure if we have the worst rolls in the world. So you're
Bingo.
right,
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
over
that
2 hours for free. And
I
so
think,
Well, you have
we
six.
effectively-
You have 6 hours, and you have essentially 3 legendary resistances. Is how it kind of functions. Versus the contamination, where you can choose to succeed even if you fail, and you have advantage
which-
during the 6 hours.
yeah, and let me ask you this, Stopper. From what I'm remembering, failing the roll on it.
You can
Just-
choose to still fail if you want to, even with the Alco Expurgo. It doesn't.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say failing only puts us on at like the first.
Right.
I don't remember specifically the contamination
of
rules,
6
but it's like
levels of
6. There's like 6 tiers of it, right? So like
Yes.
if we're in
6
there,
is dead.
if we're
6
in,
is 10.
so if we're in there for 6 hours, you know, like if we're like the third hour comes and we failed our third one because we have the worst rolls in the world, you can just be like, I'm gonna take one level of haze, you know, like you're okay at one level. It sucks, you know, but like you're not dead. You're not like it really. I don't even think it really puts you in bad shape. I think from what I remember, like 3 is where you're in, like.
Yeah.
From what I remember reading, it's like once you hit 3, I'm not like I don't want to be 3. You know.
But then
the table is in the Drakenheim campaign.
And now, just to make sure, I'm just based on what we said before, when it wears off, then it's rolling every minute, right?
Right.
Yeah, if we're in there for more than 6 hours.
Yeah. Well, no, because that's
or
the thing.
you burn
Well,
up your
if we-
resistances.
If we blow through all 3, if we blow through all 3 resistances, the effect stops.
But what I'm
That's-
saying is, what I'm saying is, like, just don't take that third.
Right. You
Oh,
can
I
choose
get
to
you.
still
I
take
get you.
contamination.
Just don't use
Gotcha,
number
gotcha.
3
Right.
unless you're about to die, right? Because I just pulled it up. So contamination
Gotcha.
systems.
Totally
hit
got you now.
points,
Yeah.
Hit points regained by expending hit dice are halved at level 1. No hit points regained at the end of a long rest at level. Or sorry, at level 1. Or do we walk around at level 1 or do we walk around at level 0?
Pardon me?
Do we walk around at level 1 or do we walk around at level 0?
8th level, contamination level.
You're still like it's similar to the exhaustion mechanics.
But I'm just looking at the chart, and level 1 says no symptoms.
Right.
Are we
right.
at level 1 right now because we are not affected by it, or are we at level 0 right now?
You're level 0. You have no contamination.
Okay, so the first level of contamination is literally nothing. The second level, your hit points regained by expending hit dice are halved. Third level, you get no hit points at the end of a long rest. So, like, the first 3 levels, like, level 3 is where things are, like, I don't really like that, you know? And then level 4, your damage is halved, and then level 5, you're incapacitated. Level 6, you have died, right? So, like, level 3 sucks.
Yeah. So just
So-
no, I think I get what you're trying to say. And
So if we have this thing, it lasts for 6 hours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of time. Is really it. Like you can make it all 6 hours because you take, like, if you fail every single roll, right? You fail the first one, you use legendary resistance. You fail the second one, you use legendary resistance. You fail the third one, you take level 1. You fail the fourth one, you take level 2, and it's a bummer. You fail the fifth one, you take level 3, and it sucks. You fail the sixth
But you're
one,
not,
and then, like, we're out of the thing anyway. So, like,
yeah.
unless you're literally fail them all, which we have we have advantage on, like, we're okay. So, like, all 6 hours, I don't really think that the time is really that big of a deal. I don't think we really need to worry about it. The only thing
No, I know.
I'm worried about is that going from gate 5 doubles the distance we have to travel.
That's what I was
Which,
going to say. Getting back to
yeah.
the original question, I think we go through gate 1.
yeah, gate 1 I think is cool.
So the other thing, guys, that looking
Okay.
on the map, just to
Yeah.
give you an idea, there are other notations from and this also matches up with where you guys are talking about as far as
Okay.
right now you are in the haze. You would not be able to take a long rest here, but you're not in the deep haze.
Right.
Per Petra's map, her markups, the deep haze doesn't begin until you get here, almost to Queen's
Okay.
Park Garden. Sorry.
It's about the same, about this a little bit. So it's less time traveling through the deep haze.
And
if
that
we go through
matches
gate
up
5.
because you were able to take a long rest in the barracks. You were not
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
haze in the barracks.
yeah,
Or at least
okay,
not
okay.
most of the barracks because they have the underground.
Some of it is, but
Right.
that's the secret stuff. Okay.
Once we take this aqua spot, is it just kind of like instant that we have this protection, or is there like a waiting period?
It's in the heart.
It's like an
man. It's in
EpiPen to the heart.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it seems like I don't think.
It's like
I
an
don't think the way
EpiPen
we
versus.
solve-
Fiction, that'll be
Yeah.
us, you know, that'll be us.
Good point.
Yeah, it's like an EpiPen.
Oh, that's cool. No, but yeah. So,
Sweet.
okay, I guess like the big advantage is being able to take a rest if we go the long way. But do we need a rest?
I feel like it would not be safe to take a long rest at any point once
Yeah.
we're inside the gates.
Oh,
Personally,
absolutely
you know, like
not,
I wouldn't.
no.
Yeah, so like it's just so the rest mechanics is whenever you leave the haze because like you're gonna be beat up, right? We're gonna be in bad shape at the end of this most likely. So then
At the
can we,
moment, we're in
you know,
good shape, Yeah.
can we rest to recover when we make it back to the barracks, or like, are we gonna have to take a week to decontaminate and then be able to finally rest? Like, it's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be rough. It's not gonna be. We won't be able to do anything for a while.
Yeah, no, sorry,
if that's the
just, I
case.
was unsure of like where we were going with that, but no, that's cool. That's cool. I get
Yeah,
you.
yeah, but even still, like, I just don't think that there's really enough of an advantage of going back to the Hooded Lanterns that would warrant, even though it's not deep haze, it's dangerous. It's dangerous outside the walls. Inside the walls, it's even more dangerous. Like, I just don't want to be like. I almost died whenever we tried to get to the spokes, which is way outside the walls, right? Like I do not want to be. I want the shortest path possible.
Just want to be getting in and getting out. I get.
And
it.
if we are fast, it will be loud, right? But if we are fast and we can sprint in, find our stuff, and then sprint out, right? Like, obviously it's way further than that. We can't just, like, it's not like a run, smash and grab kind of thing. But like, if we can just move quickly, find this stuff, and just get out of there, like, cool. Like, we don't have to do anything else. We're just looking for some flowers.
I'm so down. Let's go.
Okay. So are you guys
Yeah,
are
I'm sure
heading
there's
to
something
Market
there,
Gate, or are
flowers
you
or
heading to
things,
Shepherd's
no?
Gate?
Number 1, baby. We're going to number 1.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Show me potato salad.
I actually don't have the gate map up because I did not expect you all to go that way, but we can use.
Oh no!
I'm not changing my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I'm all in.
You all make the joint decision to head to the path of as the crow flies as best you can as you head further south. It doesn't take you long to get back towards Academy Street, the main road leading to Market Gate. As you head towards Market Gate, as you get within, let's say, a little less than half a mile away, as a handful of buildings flank you on either side, each of you can give me a perception check.
Perception.
Mm-hmm. That was persuasion.
Oh my gosh.
16.
15?
Oh, it's
Okay.
persuasion. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well,
14.
you're talking to me, but mine's taking forever to roll.
Oh, I
anyways.
can take a 10. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, when you're using Chrome.
Okay.
No, I've got. As I said, I'm trying. Before next time, I'm gonna try and sort out my iPad anyway.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Chugrulk and Tim, as you approach from the front of the group, heading between the buildings and enter onto Academy Street towards Market Gate, you see the large parapet walls as you head towards the portcullis gate about half a mile off. As you approach the gate, there are no buildings on either side. It is a very open area. At the gate itself, it is getting closer to late afternoon at this point as you approach the gate. You're beginning to your vision's dwindling as the light begins to fade, but you do see a number of large creatures just at the entrance to this gate. And you hear a mixture of chuckles and angry retorts at one another, and large belches, and you see what looks like a stack of something or other right at the entrance to this gate. With those perception checks, specifically you, Chugrulk, you've seen these creatures before, and you're the first, with your past dealings in Caspia, These creatures were often brought into the city to be fought for sport. They are tall and lanky, one of them, another of them with a huge pot belly, with almost tusk-like teeth and greasy hair coming off their scalps. And you recognize these things immediately. There are 4 large trolls standing at the front of this gate, passing back and forth, and the mound of items as you grow closer, you see what this is. They are bodies of various types of creatures that they are pulling from, like a horrid smorgasbord of raw, murdered creatures that they've either recently captured and scrounged together. And on one of the walls, you see hanging up the splayed remains of a small horse, almost completely split in half on each side, covered with various random herbs and weeds, like a very grotesque drying rack on one of the walls adjacent to the gates. What do you all do?
He said there's 4 of them?
There's 4 total.
1 for each of us. Let's.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you would just say
4 that you can see.
Oh, 4 that you can see. Okay. Right.
No.
No, trolls.
And you said this was quite an open area we were walking into, right?
Right.
So it's like not like
No,
like,
there's
anything we can hide or throw it, like, you know, yeah.
there's about, I would say, a little over, at this point, a third of a mile, about 300 to 350 yards. I don't know what that is in meters. About 3 to 4 football fields.
Yep.
Long, between the last house and the mouth of the portcullis gate of Market Gate, as you head down Academy Street.
I'm just gonna start touching everyone and cast guidance on everyone.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Can you guidance more than one person?
Let's see.
Well,
For a
Well,
minute,
hang on.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're doing
Well,
something
no, I guess
specific,
not. It
yeah.
requires concentration, so I guess.
Right,
only
you can only do
one
it
person at a time.
for one at a time.
I'm just gonna touch myself then.
Okay.
touch myself.
I guess
let me-
I'm going to equip my I mean, do we have to equip shit before we get into combat? Or?
No, you just have them as long as they're
Yeah,
in your
okay.
inventory. Switching weapons is a free action.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I was just looking at. I've got something that's has some range. So I figured that's probably going to be useful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
changing armor takes time, but that's
That's it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's all
Yeah.
good.
everything
I
else
don't
is
think I've got any
reactions.
other. I don't think I've got anything else to action. Do we need to pop our potions anytime soon, or I guess after we deal with the ogres? If we
You're,
deal with
yeah,
the
you're not
You
in the
wouldn't-
deep
You
haze
wouldn't
yet.
want to waste the time
Yeah.
that
no, that's all good.
part of your 6 hours during this encounter.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if we'd gotten anywhere close to where the haze would start or not. Because you said that's inside the castle, close to Queen's Park kind of thing, right?
Right. So Queen's Park is this big area.
Yeah. And
The
then
inscrutable
the
tower
haze
is
would
number
start
10.
over.
You guys are right where those buildings on the north side begin to stop, and there's just green space off to the left. There's a handful of fenced in areas for one of the adjacent estates, but there's no buildings running this area where it 90s off and goes north back towards where you guys essentially came in, coming down from Reed Manor. Oops, let me just draw something here. You came down this way, and you're right about here now at this point. right where this side road, this dirt side road, dead ends into the cobbled, about 20 or 30 foot wide Academy Road, and the trolls that you see are right at the mouth of the market gate.
The gate.
Oh, good. I don't know if I've got like I said, if it's open. I don't really know if there's any strategic plan that I can think of at all. Like,
No, I mean, I don't want to fight 4 trolls.
Yeah.
We could try talking to them, but at the same time, I do not want to be around 4 trolls.
Yeah, that's talking to them seems like a very bad idea. Just to be.
I don't think these trolls have tolls. We could make our way like northwest and kind of work our way down towards the 5th gate. I forget what that gate's called.
Shepherd's Gate.
Shepherd's Gate.
Yep.
Because I don't think we're going to be able to make, unless we do some masterful planning on our parts, I don't think we're getting through this market gate.
Oh shoot! I did the wrong thing. Crap.
yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever. I like if I was gonna say if we, I guess yeah, even if we did like somehow like we don't want to take like any kind of like ridiculous damage or like any kind of have any like weird outcomes before we even get inside. I don't think so. That's probably the best idea.
What would you all like to do?
I vote for avoidance.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey.
I feel like you guys have got the expertise here.
Hey, Zapper, how tall are these walls?
60 to 80 foot.
That's tall.
That's a big boy.
They vary in
Yeah, I'm
height
down for
depending
both.
on the natural walls of the walls themselves. As you go further north towards Castle Draken, which Castle Draken sits on a large cliffside, higher than any other natural elevation of the city. It's the highest natural point of the city, is that northern corner, and then it falls off almost 120 foot on the backside of the main castle walls. The whole city itself, Georgio, you remember from your history lessons, as you're proficient in history, correct?
I don't think so, but let me
You would know
check.
from having lived in the city.
No, I'm not proficient in history,
Okay.
but context, sure. That's
Yeah, I feel like this is pretty common information for somebody who would live in the city.
yeah.
You know that Castle Draken,
Mhm.
The seat of power in the capital city of Westermar, Drakenheim, was built first on this cliff face, and then the city of Drakenheim formed up as a fortress city, hence the large 60 and 80 foot walls of the inner city, as it was in times of war for extended periods during its earlier years. But as the times of peace, the city kind of expanded out around it, and now you have the outer city that surrounds the inner walls of Drakenheim. But you see the wartime roots of the city, and the many barricaded implements of the inner city still remaining, and the many defenses of the city still well and truly used even to this day, still in place. You don't know the details, you don't remember the details of these defenses, but you've heard rumors that the walls, the gates, this castle itself, not only its physical defenses, but has many other defenses that have made the city nigh impenetrable for hundreds of years.
So we're not getting over that way. Oh man.
Yeah, no.
You could certainly try.
I will not actually. Man, this sucks.
I know, right?
Trolls. And it's late.
We could always go and hang out at the garrison. You said that we can take a long rest at the garrison, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they have the underground portion that is separate, that allows them to get out of the lighter sections of the haze that suffuses that area.
Yeah.
What was formerly the stockades, the prison underneath the small sections of prison. Giorgio, you remember that this is a very, again, excuse the pun, draconian city.
Sure.
There weren't a lot of prisoners kept.
Sure.
You know that most criminals were either heavily punished or were executed. That's
I was microwaving some cookies. Be right back.
yeah, you remember. I'm sorry. I'll wait until you get back.
I mean, at this point, since we can't get through the gates and it's kind of nighttime, not that it probably matters all that much when we're in the haze. I think if we were to hang out at the garrison, wait for the morning, and then go, that might be the safest. Or we could just power through and make our way through.
Yeah, and then we can tell. I mean, we can at least tell him what's going on. Hey, look, we found the guy, and he's not getting his shit from Elias. Like, what gives? You guys didn't tell us about this. What's what's going on? That's ridiculous.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Right.
But to finish up what I was saying, Giorgio, you remember not a lot of prisoners were
done.
kept.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just going to add to finish off what I was saying before you.
Yeah. I thought you were done, and so that's why I got up. I was waiting for you. I thought you were finished. I'm so sorry. That's
No, you're fine. The stockades,
fuck.
the stockades are small for a reason. They generally didn't keep a lot of prisoners unless they were high profile or prisoners kept like diplomatic reasons from basically other nations. But most were executed in Slaughterstone Square, which is number 14 on your map.
I remember that.
forgot about that.
Not me.
And your mother told you don't ever go to Slaughterstone Square during an execution.
I got nasty spirits over there or something, huh?
You remember, you remember, and this also kind of goes along with the rumor you received from Aaron Marlowe on your travels into the city, that there is a construct known as the Executioner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess these stupid fucking trolls. That I'm so mad about. Can we go around them and just go back to the lanterns? Is that? I mean, definitely take a rest. Give us a lot more time. That way, our 6 hours is during the day and not in the middle of the night, because that seems terrifying.
Is that what you all want to do?
Think so.
Yeah, I mean, probably, because I don't know if we want to necessarily start dicking around in the haze in the middle of the night.
Right.
Yeah.
Our first time in the
I'm
deep
down.
haze, and also we can't see shit. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, upon seeing your potential roadblock at Market Gate, a disturbing sight of a gaggle of trolls feasting on Lord knows whatever they could find, wandering about the city, potentially humanoid, horses, any creature that once sustained life, is now sustenance for a disgusting creature that gives no value to said life. So making a vigorous retreat rounding some of the adjacent buildings, heading now to down towards Shepherd's Gate, following the paths of this area that are heavily documented as they are closely adjacent to the barracks of the Hooded Lanterns. You're able to arrive just before nightfall as the sun begins to set and darkness overtakes. You approach carefully, and you are stopped at the gates. The portcullis outer gate is closed at this time, and you are stopped by one of the gate guards. Halt! Who goes there?
It's your boys.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's
your boy.
Just introduce ourselves like a normal
The
people.
boys.
Yeah, your boy. We got Tim coming up with something.
Hey yo,
Android.
it's your boy. What it do?
No, for real, actually, just we can just introduce ourselves normally.
Yes, please. I'm not doing any of that.
You were those adventurers that brought the lieutenant back, right?
Yeah.
That's
You got it. That's us.
I'm just like standing behind.
Wait
someone.
here a moment. And he leaves to go through the one smaller entrance off to the right of the main portcullis gate that is steel plated and armored, or I'm sorry, iron plated and armored. From
Steel.
No, steel. It's not steel. I don't know if they have steel in this. I'll have to look. No, they would have steel. They would have means to make steel. But it's iron barred, reinforced door, basically like a man door to the side of a larger gate for vehicles and things like that, made for pedestrian traffic. There's about a 5 to 10 minute passage of time. At this point, it is completely dark. Everything is lit by torchlight, but you see a number of individuals up on the various balustrades, occasionally other lights passing, and you see the various arrow slits and artillery ballistas mounted across the top parapet walls of Shepherd's Gate. As the individual returns, you see him accompanied by a familiar face of Ansem Lang.
Whatever.
Yeah, what a loser.
What are you all doing back
I'll
here?
put on a fake smile and say, "Hey, we said we were coming back."
Right.
You
I'll
sent
be
us on
honest.
a
I
mission.
thought you were just gonna run tail.
I gave you the thing. I need that back.
Right.
You didn't get rid of it, did you?
Did you complete your mission?
Sort of. But we're
We're in the
here.
middle of it.
Here, look, we have a lot to talk about. Let's just go inside and ignore this guy. And I'm going to gesture at Chugrulk.
Just like I was already trying to like hide.
Yeah, like
Weren't you accompanied by someone else? Who is this?
there's a lot to explain, but we can explain it later. This is our friend now. The other guy,
I'm into better things.
you know.
Just leave it to
Right.
the imagination.
I don't want to say out of character. I don't want to say it would actually happen because that might make him like the
At
Like,
this
seems like a
point,
pretty big deal.
as
what
he's
happened.
grilling
I don't-
you for information, you hear a female voice call up from one of the balustrade walls. And I'll wait for Tim when he.
All right.
No, you're good. I
I
figured it
am
was something.
distracted by a child. I am so sorry.
No, gotta take care of that level 1 human.
What is these like?
You hear a female voice call out specifically to you, Tim. Familiar voice of a blue-haired,
Oh fuck.
brown and red-skinned tiefling woman staring down at you from
Fine.
above.
Why are you here? Why are you here? Okay.
Hello, Tim. Good to see you're still in one piece. Handsome, let them through. They're helping me as well. As you all see the figure standing by a torchlight of a robed woman in academy garb, the purplish bluish hue of the academy robes, very evident to anyone who's lived in and around Westamar, is familiar with these colors. The citizenry are very much aware of the academy and their influence. This woman is a young, probably in her late 20s, early 30s, young woman of brownish red skin, horns coming back into her dark bluish hair, like little boats passing over and through a river. And as she smiles down, you see the fang-like teeth, although greeting a little unnerving at the same time. Symbols of her demonic heritage, her tiefling heritage. Grumpily Ansem nods to the two guards and begins to escort you in through the portcullis gates, or through the pedestrian door beside the portcullis gates. You pass through a narrow passage that leads around into this interior section between the two gates. Directly opposite, you see a set of stairs going up through the other parapet tower adjacent to the one that you are currently internal to. A set of stairs also to your right going up into the tower. And coming down that set of stairs, you get a better view of this young woman, this young tiefling woman. That gives you that same kind of toothy, fanged smile as she joins your company as you enter and head towards the Hooded Lanterns barracks, escorted by Ansem Lang and another member of the Hooded Lanterns. Their dark forest green garb, their signature colors. And you see torchlight leading towards the barrack walls just inside the city. River looks to you, Tim, and looks to your company of friends and comrades. Are these the individuals that have been assisting you in your endeavors?
Yes, they are.
Well, greetings. My name is River of the Amethyst Academy. It's a pleasure.
Howdy.
I'll introduce myself. Exchange pleasantries.
So I'm trying to, keep to the back of the group as trying to keep out of everybody's way, and as the new person, not really sure who we trust and who we don't.
I got him back. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, just a little like wave, and then back to ducking behind.
River exchanged small talk with you all as you head towards the entrance to the garrison grounds, the same centralized courtyard that you guys had seen previously. Still have, yes, I do have the artwork. Pull that up for you guys, just as a reminder of that. The interior courtyard of the Hooded Lanterns, where you had spent the night after your foray into the burrows of an infested burrow of ratlings previously. River following closely behind you all. It seems our business has brought us back together a bit earlier. I've come here to discuss some things with the Lantern, specifically Lord Commander Elias Drexel, about some business they wish to arrange with us. and you're led into the dining hall inside the barracks, where you see quite a number of the lanterns sharing a meal together. At that point, you are greeted by the kind smile of Ansem's sister, Petra, whom you all had saved previously from said burrow. And she greets you warmly with a smile and calls for a number of extra plates. Also greeting River with a warm reception. You all can see that perhaps they've met previously and know each other better than just passing, a passing acquaintance, perhaps more friendly. But they sit down with you all to discuss your arrival here, as well as their own business, the Academy and the Hooded Lanterns. Is there anything you all would like to do or say?
Who was it that told us about the potion thing? Was it Ansem and...
Yes, Ansem and Petra had asked for your assistance.
Okay. I mean, we could sit down with Ansem and Petra and actually have that conversation. You know, explain to him what we found and what the guy needs. I don't want to. I mean, they already know about. I'm assuming the potions, right? Like, there's nothing secret that I can think of. So.
No, they had requested
Yeah.
your help as they couldn't spare any men at the time.
Yeah.
To go and research the issue.
I guess I do want to know, like, what's going on with Elias, right? So, like, I guess sit down. I mean, you know, if you want to start that conversation now with Ansem.
So, well, there's two things here. Do you share the information about your trip to Reed Manor with Petra and Ansem, or do you keep that to yourself?
They sent us there, right? Or no, they didn't. They
Yes,
just sent us in.
They sent you looking for. They don't know who was providing them. They just know the general location of who was, and they
right,
had
that's
sent
right,
you
'cause-
up there. Do you share that you had found said supplier?
Yeah, we'll keep the name we got from Tim, right? From
Right.
Tim and River. Okay, yeah. So I guess keep keep the information separate, unless you guys think it would be prudent to give a name, you know. You just say, you know, I guess Tim, that's your call because it's your private information. I don't know how secretive you need to be about the stuff that you were told, because I know that you've got some other stuff going on.
I don't think this was anything major. So no, I personally, I don't have a problem sharing that.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't get any animosity except for annoyance at our presence
Right.
from him. So I don't think that there's an issue with us saying who he was. You know, so I guess just explain. You know, hey, look, we went to the place and he found this guy and he was really mad because he said he wasn't getting his supplies, which is why you're not getting your potions. Like I feel like, you know, I guess I would approach it. Giorgio would approach it as kind of annoyed that they would send us out there looking for the guy, knowing that they're not providing supplies, right? Like they should know that Elias has not provided the supplies that
Elias.
you know, right? If Elias is some high up guy, like who I remember, right? Like in the Hooded Lanterns, like, hey, like what's going on with Elias and why is he not giving the supply? Like, why would you send us all the way out there looking for potions, looking for the potion master if Elias hasn't been providing the supplies to make them?
Ansem looks at you all. It wasn't part of the arrangement. You weren't sent to fetch trinkets for this wizard. You were just told to provide adequate protection.
Okay, well, it sounds like to me from what he was saying, I don't know. I wasn't there when you guys made the deal, but he thinks that you guys have also agreed to provide ingredients because he can't make. Obviously, he needs the ingredients to make the potions. So, is that there's some sort of disconnect here on who's supposed to be doing what?
While you're having this conversation and Ansem's sharing his frustrations, his misunderstandings, or at least perception of misunderstanding.
Yeah.
You hear, or you hear and then you see a number of the lanterns on the opposite side of the mess hall stand up immediately and stand at attention as an individual walks in from the opposite end.
Mm-hmm.
This man is has like a very grizzled appearance, long hair, currently tied back, but shared with a long mustache and beard at this time that appears to have been a bit unkept, but he stands with very authoritative stance, staring at you all. His face is marred in places by scars of battle. He carries a longbow at his back and a number of very fine swords across each side as he walks in. And I might have some artwork for you all. This individual, as he walks in and responds in kind to those hooded lanterns who salute him. And as soon as Petra and Ansem see this individual, they also stand up and greet him at attention. As he begins to approach you all specifically.
Do I recognize this man as Elias?
Yes.
Cool.
You recognize the man Elias Drexel.
Elias.
He's much more aged than you remember him from your last encounter when you last saw him in Kesselholm Keep, the night you were almost mortally wounded and nearly lost your life as the keep was razed by an opposing political faction during the Civil War. Was the last time you saw this man, but he is now here for you all. Let me see. Do I have? If not, I'll show it later. But I thought I had his stuff. Did I not put him in yet? Maybe I did not. Well, I have not done that yet. My apologies. I will get that up later on, and I will add that into the VOD later. But you see he's got dirty blonde hair, a grizzled face, very much the stance and stature and demeanor of a wartime commander, wearing a mixture of leather armor and a breastplate bearing the sigil of the Hooded Lanterns, with a similarly forest green cloak. As he approaches you all, he raises his hand for Ansem and Petra to sit at ease and continue their meal.
Man of the hour. And I'm gonna nudge Ansem. I'm gonna say that reminds me, you're giving me back that stuff that I gave you. He implied earlier,
he motions to one of the guards.
Yeah, he implied earlier that we would get it back when we finish our mission, and that it was not why I gave it to him. That was so that as collateral to let him know that we were coming back. So like,
right.
I let it go because we were trying to get in, but because it was nighttime.
And as he does that, Elias looks directly at you. It's been some time, Giorgio. How have you been?
We're doing okay. It's been rough lately, but we're doing okay.
Last I saw of you was at Kesselholm.
Yeah. And I'll just kind of wave my hand to dismiss all of that. But yeah, we're doing okay. We're here now and working.
I thought you would perish that night that the keep was razed. Then I get word that you had saved one of my own.
Sure did.
I appreciate
Back
that.
Back in action. Yes, sir.
At this time, one of the other hooded lanterns rushes up, carrying the box of marked silverware that you had given over as collateral, and hands it to the Lord Commander Elias Drexel. As he calls out, "Lord Commander," and he hands over the box.
I'll gesture to it and say that he should have handed that to me.
Right. No, I was uniquely interested when I saw this. I knew the man that they had told me about was you when I had seen these. I haven't seen that crest in many years.
I would say that at this point, Giorgio is visibly nervous about him not shutting up. But yeah, I knew that it would be notable enough to earn some trust, because these guys did not trust us. Which is fair. But we were trying to get some stuff done, and it was.
Well, I apologize.
It was too much of a hassle to work through that, and so I figured this would work, and it did.
Fortunately, we're not the same organization that you remember when you lived here in this city. You trained under me. I apologize. However, you must understand we are skeptical for a reason.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm laughing out of character.
Forget the actor's name. I'm trying to channel his voice, and I'm not doing it. No.
Matt Mercer?
No. The one that was in Ghost Rider. The old man.
Nicolas Cage. No, you're doing
No.
it. Nicolas
The
Cage?
old man. No, not Nicolas Cage. The old guy. The old guy that was the former Ghost Rider. I forget his name.
Yeah. The dude who fucking had his horse as Ghost Rider, that was fucking badass as shit.
Ghost Rider, Nicolas Cage. Sam Elliott.
Yes, that one.
Yeah. Okay. No, I see it. I can see it.
It kind of fits the character.
Yeah.
He's doing Nick Cage, just be like, you.
Not the bees! Well, I do appreciate you bringing one of our own back in one piece.
Yeah, super happy to help.
We've lost a lot of lives to the damn rats, as well as Garmy, which I'm sure you've encountered on your way here.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming, and I'll return this to you as he sets the silverware back on the table beside you.
I'm going to immediately grab it and put it into my backpack.
And then he looks over at River. I believe we had some business to discuss, so if you don't mind, I have quite a lot to take care of this evening, so if we can get this underway quickly. River nods to you all as she sits up and excuses herself as she follows Elias out Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to get his attention before he starts to walk away. Just be like, "Hey, no, this is an important thing too. Like,
all right.
We met with, I'll just blurt it all out. We met with what's his name, and he's mad about stuff. Like, what's the story here? Because you guys sent us on a huge quest where we almost died, for what seems like nothing.
Well, we need the potions that Oscar is developing for us.
Uh-huh.
In addition to the however, he's become quite beyond needy at this point, so we're pursuing other options potentially. However, that may or may not happen. As he looks over at River.
Yeah. I'm saying, were you not aware that he was waiting for you to bring him ingredients? Like, why did you send us on this mission? Like, what was the point of that?
My apologies. I was not made aware of the situation. As he looks over at Petra and Ansem. However, that does not excuse the miscommunication. We were expected to deliver him and some of his entourage deeper into the city. However, recent Garmia attacks have limited our capacities. So that had fallen by the wayside. However, we still do require that last shipment, which has been paid in full. So if there's still a chance that you can assist Mr. Yoren with completing said final delivery, we would be much appreciative. It would greatly assist us in our near future endeavors.
Okay.
Whatever my lieutenants have promised you, I will see to it that further compensation will be added for the increased danger involved and difficulty.
There we go. Thank you.
Is that
Get
amenable
us
for
paid,
you all?
baby.
As he looks to you,
That's what I wanted to hear.
and I believe we have an accord. Now, if you'll
We'll work
excuse,
it out. We'll work it out with Ansem.
you can see that Ansem, Petra looks a bit embarrassed, and Ansem has the look of somebody who just ate a big mouthful of humble pie.
Yeah.
As he continues to eat, so he doesn't have to potentially answer. But you sense an extreme accountability from this man, even though it was not his fault. He shows even though he has a great station, he shows an extreme amount of humility by accepting blame for the miscommunication.
Yeah.
And you see the admiration of the men that surround him, as he and River are escorted to another part of the barracks. And then you see as River nods to you all and follows Elias, Petra looks and kind of looks down and is a bit red in the face. Sorry about that. We kind of forgot about that.
In character, I will just laugh.
But you're welcome to stay here the night and head out in the morning if that's what you intend to do.
I think so. I'll look at everybody else and just get a general approval.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we were saying before we got here, the plan was to maybe rest up before heading in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a yes.
So you all take your rest, I'm assuming? Or is there anything
Yeah.
else you'd like to do before the night is through?
Don't think so.
Yeah, I mean we were just about ready to roll out, so I think that we still are.
Okay. As you all take a night's rest, you can, go ahead and take another long rest and mark that off on your sheets. It should refill any things you had lost previously, all spell slots and everything. Petra also offers you a healer's kit from there. They don't have any potions to give, but they provide you with a healer's kit, as well as a I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's something ointment. I'm sorry, I forget the name of it. It is a let me look and see if I can find it in D&D Beyond.
Ointment. There's Kotum's ointment and restorative ointment are the only two that show up.
I want to say it's Kotum's ointment. It's the one that has multiple
Kotum's.
charges.
Glass jar 3 inches diameter contains 1d4 plus 1 doses of a thick mixture. Yeah.
Yes, that's the one. I believe that's the one. It's a healing ointment that can be applied, similar to a potion. And I believe it has
swallowed or applied to skin. 2d8 plus 2 hit points recovered.
Right.
Cures poison and any disease.
Right.
Which is nifty. Cool.
So you can add one with 4 charges.
How do you mark the charges?
I don't know if it has a means of marking it. You might just have to remember it.
Yeah, just remember. Okay.
Right. I'll try to remember as well. But...
You can do customized notes, I guess, is the only thing that you would
right.
do.
So whomever wants to hold on to that.
Oh, it's okay. So this is going to be for only one of them for all of us.
Yeah, that's all they can spare at this time.
Okay, I got you. Cedric, do you want to hold it? You want to keep
What
that?
do we hold? Do I take? I just put the ointment and the.
Well, they only gave one, so only one
Only
person
one
would
of
hold
us.
it.
We're trying to
He's got
decide
it.
who's holding the ointment.
Right.
You want the ointment? You got it.
It's essentially
Put it
the
already put it in
equivalent
your
of like
inventory, you
4
take it.
healing potions, is what it is.
Right.
So-
And how do I delete?
So it has
something
4
on that?
uses.
Click on the item in your inventory, and then at the bottom, on the right pop out, there should just be delete. So, we all get a healer's kit, right?
A 1 healer's kit.
Okay, so there's 1 healer's kit for the group and 1 ointment for the group.
Right.
Yep.
But the
Okay.
healer's kit can be used over and over. It's a,
Yeah,
essentially
yeah.
an infinite
Just
use
stabilizer.
item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
heal, but it
probably-
stabilizes.
I probably should not be holding the healer's kit because I suspect I will be the one who will be
Who needs it?
needing to destabilize.
Yeah.
Just a hunch, based on how the last 12 sessions have gone.
I
I'm happy
I
to
can
not
take
hold
the-
any of them.
what's that?
I'm happy to not hold either of them, because I probably won't know when to.
We'll be talking about it. So, I think that you might be best to hold at least one of them.
Yeah, you're
If
anti-squish, so
so the chances of you being the one who's incapacitated is probably the lowest of the group.
why don't you
it's
take the
whoever's not gonna
ointment?
get.
Why don't you
knocked.
take the ointment? And I'll
That's it,
take the healer's kit.
Done.
Okay, and if you click on, just so we don't forget, Spudley, if you click on the ointment, at the top there's a drop down that says customize.
Yep.
And click on that and just in the notes just put a 4. Because we have 4 charges. And then when you
Right.
click on it, it'll have notes up at the top, it'll say 4. That way you don't have to click on anything extra to find out. You just have to click on the item and it'll show you.
And then just click on it. Amount to add 4.
Just add 1,
On-
but then you can do notes 4.
Right. It's essentially going to be 4 uses.
Yeah.
So each use gives you, 2d8 plus 4 healing. All right. you all take your meal as you wake up in the morning, refreshed, lightly supplied by Petra with what they can spare, in assistance with your upcoming mission. And you are escorted out of the garrison, now facing down potentially the most dangerous mission you've taken thus far in the city, as you head for the first time into the inner portions of Drakenheim. Unknown what you might find in these areas. Spudley, how much time do you have, just so we can double check so I don't go too far?
Yeah, I probably
Shiny's got to
feel
go.
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah.
Okay.
Shiny's
You gotta leave
do
right now?
stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them for a little bit tonight. Yeah.
Okay. For the sake of expediency, let me pull up the map real quick, and we'll get to a good stopping point here story-wise for you guys. So we know where we left off last time. You all leave the barracks here at number 9 as you head northwest deeper towards the Academy Tower and the adjacent Queen's Park Garden. You can see the looming tower overhead, the crackling energies from above, roaring as the tower remains suspended in defiance of gravity. This morning, a heavy rain falls down on the city. As you head deeper in, you begin, and Tim, you notice this first and foremost before anyone else. You feel that charged atmosphere become almost suffocating as you reach the cross streets of Academy, the split of Academy Road and Shepherd's Way. At this point, you realize, and you turn to the group, we need to take the Expurgo. As you see ahead of you now, the haze grows deep and cloudy as vision is obscured, heading towards the Academy Tower and Queen's Park Garden. So would you all like to take this moment to ingest your Aqua Expurgo?
Sure. Might as well.
Right to the heart, baby.
All right. You
How
all...
do I use?
On the ventricle.
You would just use it. I don't know if it has the charges.
It's just
There you go.
we just remove it from our inventory.
Oh, yeah.
No, hold on to it for now, because once you lose the last charge, then you'll remove
you
it.
can
Just keep it
remove
as keep it as a reminder.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. It's so it only says 1 charge on it for the box.
There's 3 charges.
Yeah.
There's
all right,
one
so-
use of it, though. Sorry. There's 1 use, but there's 3 charges for the saving throws that you can automatically succeed.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. That's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
You all pull out the thick syringes. With a bit of hesitation, you all take a deep breath, and at your own leisure, and you muster up the courage as you drive the syringe deep into your chest, feeling the heat and crackle of the energy of this liquid pour into your chest. You feel the same battery-like charge that Tim has been describing to you all up until now is the first time you feel it for yourself. Almost like licking the end of a well-charged battery, but now you feel it pouring out from the center of your chest in all directions as you breathe in this air for the first time, feeling the arcane energy seeping into your lungs. And as you step deeper into this foggy, milky haze, you sense it for the first time. The once just light hum of the air charged around you has turned into this almost suffocating, nauseating mixture of fog that would otherwise begin to contaminate you immediately. And we'll leave things there as you all head towards your next destination.
I see.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, next one's gonna be a fucking good one.
I was gonna say, here we go.
Meat.
Mhm.
We getting spicy.
Maybe.
You're gonna die.
All right, gang.
Well, thank
Bye.
you
Catch you
guys.
guys next
Appreciate
time.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks
Sorry
having
for
us,
the
Stop, bro.
confusion about the item.
I know,
All good, dude. No worries.
only a few minutes of panic. Nothing major.
So we have 6 minutes to run across.
Y-
Break
yeah,
next
well-
stop. No.
Well, no,
That's ours.
we knew it was
No.
6 hours, but it was like, do we have to roll 360
Oh, no,
times?
no.
Like, that's what we
Yeah.
were thinking. It was like, what the fuck?
No.
I was like, right.
Yeah, no. If the Aqua
Yeah.
Expurgo expires, you
Yeah,
become...
then it's So it would be 360 across
You
a
went in
6-hour period.
solo.
Right. The likelihood that you would survive is basically 0 without this
Yeah.
currently.
Yeah.
Or some other means of suffusing the haze.
All right, gang. I'll catch you
All right,
guys
guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Everybody.